So what I'm going to do now is just wander around my property and adjoining BLM property and see what flower sources I have there, and also try and identify not only what the flower is, hopefully what the bees are getting from it, whether it's pollen or nectar, and if I can, I want to identify it for other uses, whether it's food or fuel or medicine or whatever it is. I just want to know what the plants are. I think that's one of the best things about being a beekeeper, is that you also have to learn the flowers and the plants so that you can best manage your beehives. And so this is number 1, and everyone should be familiar with it, and it's just started flowering here at 6,400 feet. The humble dandelion. This is one of my favourite, mostly because all the city folk seem to hate it. It's really good for the bees. It's got a real nice pollen and good nectar source. It grows literally everywhere, and as far as not only being good for the bees, it's good for us. You've got the flower itself, they make into dandelion wine. The leaves, you can make a nice tea out of them, or boil them up and kind of like a spinach meal. And the roots can be roast and ground into a coffee substitute, which doesn't have caffeine, but it tastes really good. And this is number 2. This is the rose hip, wild rose. All I know about this, it's obviously it's not flowering now. It'll flower a bit later. The hips, the rose hips, which is the fruiting body, I guess you would call it, stay on the plant oftentimes all year round, probably because it's that thorny and no one wants to mess with them. They are very tasty, either eaten, kind of the skin more so than the seeds, but you eat the skin, or they can be boiled up into a vitamin C rich tasty tea. I have actually made a rosehip wine as well, and I used a bit of just normal sugar to increase the the alcohol content in it, but the actual flavour was very good and popular. And I think, I'm kind of guessing, I have seen these flowering before, and I think we've got another, at this altitude anyway, 6,400 feet, I think I've got another month before they actually start flowering. Right now there's a lot of new growth, which has just started to sprout, started to grow out. So it's just got its leaves and it's just starting to grow out. So I think maybe end of June I should have flowers on this, but I'll try and check up on that. Okay, now these things, I might have to zoom out a bit. I have no idea what they are. Maybe a wild daisy or something, I don't know. But they appear to have a lot of light-coloured pollen on them, so they're probably a popular source for bees. I'll try and come back here later and hopefully the bees will be working them. And then there's this other one. Hold that still. Kind of looks like a wild mustard, maybe. I don't know either, so if anyone can help me identify either of these two. So this is 3 and 4. If anyone can help me identify them, that would be much appreciated. This wild mustard seems to have these little tiny pods on it. And this is number 5. is. Kind of makes me think of an alfalfa, but who knows. Okay, this one here is probably the one I want to learn about the most because it's everywhere. It started flowering at the end of April, and it's just looks like it's finishing up now. Most of those flowers look to be about done. I suspect this is one of the main pollen sources for the bees. Has been for the last month. I'm not sure if it's the dark orange pollen or the light yellow pollen. Probably the light yellow pollen, just looking at the flowers, but you never know. And very low to the ground, I guess it's called a forb. And apart from being good for the bees, rabbits and cows also seem to like eating it, so it's got multiple uses. Okay, this red flower, no idea what it is, but it's fairly widespread as well, so it might be the dark orange pollen that the bees are bringing in, I don't know, but it does seem to be everywhere. Number 8, I think, I might have lost count. Anyway, blue flower, or purple, I'm sure there's some other name for it. Anyway, these seem to be fairly widespread, don't know what they are. Okay, this is another good one. I'd call it prickly pear, at least that's what it's called in Australia. It's probably some variation of that. You can see there are flowers starting to form on it right now. Flowers in midsummer. I don't think it flowers for very long, but it is the bees do like to work it and get nectar and pollen off it. I think it's called Opuntia or Nepal or something like that. But anyway, the fruits are edible, and the cactus pads, if you burn off those spines, they're supposedly edible too, and larger varieties are popular in Mexico. Honestly, I could never take to the taste of the slimy cactus. Maybe when it's dried up it's better, but anyway. So it's got lots of uses, and it grows just about everywhere. Not sure what I'm at, 10 now I think. Purple and yellow flower, kind of pretty and interesting, don't see too many of them. And I'm not sure if this stuff might be called rabbit brush, and if so, it's an excellent late season pollen source in the high elevations. Occasionally, with the right rainfall, is a good nectar source as well, but it's always a very good pollen source. And I'm not sure if this is the right one. I might have to go check that. This may not be the right one. Kind of looks like greasewood too.